SBGs. We're going to be doing a different video today. We're getting a lot of questions on my small boat journey, when it started, how it started, why I continue to do it, because I can buy a larger boat or any other form of vessel, but I continue to fish these polyethylene boats. They call them plastic boats. And this one over my shoulder is my 8-footer, one of my originals. You'll see some videos that I'm going to be showing, some classic videos. Probably 12, 13 years ago, definitely over a decade ago. My first boat that I bought was a 10-footer. This is an 8-footer. The first one I bought, found it in a newspaper ad actually, and it was probably 21 years ago. And before that, I was just hardcore bank fisherman. But I was getting frustrated with the spots that I couldn't reach from the bank. And I'm like, man, I don't want to go deep in the water. I just want to be able to cover more bank. So I started looking at tubes, kayaks, started checking out ads, looking at John boats, looking at, just different forms of boat. I think the description was $110, 10-foot boat, come pick it up. And I'm like, what? So father and I got in this truck, smashed down to where the location was, and it was a polyethylene boat, 10-footer. So bought that he wanted 110. I gave him 100 spot for it. And the rest was history, because once I got that boat, what I really wanted to do, as you can see on my 8-footer, was I wanted to mimic a bass boat. I always like to stand, I always like to cast, and it's something about just growing up watching these bass anglers on the front of their boat. Always was attracted to me, so I didn't care what size boat I had. I always wanted a front deck. And my 10-footer, like this deck here, this is actually a deck that I cut out and carpeted, put some logos, sponsorship stuff on here. But the other one, I put a little bit longer deck on it, a mimic of a bass boat. And so I would start off with the trolling motor in the front, and that was cool, a little 12-volt, work that out for a bit. But then I figured out, dang, I need more assurance. So I ended up buying a bigger trolling motor for the back. So for the longest time, I was running 2 trolling motors, a smaller trolling motor in the front, smaller meaning pound per thrust. I usually would do like a 30 in the front and then a 50 in the back. So I was doing that for mad years. But then also with that, I'm running 2 12-volt batteries. That's about 90 pounds of weight, which wasn't a problem. But I knew my day would come to an end, with electricity, batteries. So I'm like, man, let me put some gas on it. And so a lot of the videos that you guys are seeing now, I'm running gas power due to the fact that it's given me longer days, assurance. There's been a couple scary times where I've been stranded, because I ran my trolling motor out too much and I had to use an old school paddle to get me back. So not officially stranded, but definitely more work, more labor than what I wanted to do on a fishing day. So the 8-footer is 8 foot by about 4 feet wide. And I enjoy these boats, and I can't say anything about a kayak because I haven't fished out a kayak. But what I like about these boats are they're flat. I don't like to be swaying too much while I'm fishing, and I can stand on this thing and not have too much sway, especially once I add the weight. And when I first got into these boats, not too many Americans, not too many of us were fishing on these. And when I was making videos 13 plus years ago, it was about swimbaiting, which America was just slowly being introduced to it. I think I was like 2 years later in the game. So it was like 2 years later. So about 15 years ago is when swimbaiting was slowly coming into our states. And at that time, it was only like a few swim bait manufacturers. I think it was Pro, Huddleston was still around. They were a large producing swim bait company. I think Triple Trout. And maybe a couple others, definitely under 10 bait makers just 15 years ago. And I was captivated by the size of the bait. And it was neat just being a big bait thrower on a small boat. And that was my thing. And it's been my thing ever since. The one that you guys see me on a lot, which is right in front of us. This is a 12 footer. But this 8 footer has definitely been a enjoyable boat. I think I caught my first 7-pounder and my 9-pounder on this guy, as you guys will see in a video to come. We out here doing our thing. I'm gonna do a little swim bait. I just want to show my viewers kind of what I'm fishing on. Small scale, what I throw and catch big fish. You know how I pack it all in. Get all my rods up here on top. Today I'll be tossing with seven rods. Little batteries. I run dual trolling motors. Got all my food, my nets, all my tackle. Next shot. I'll show you how it looks when it's just about to be put on the water. Well, this is I call the yacht. Carries, like I said, 7 rods, myself, dual trolling. I like it because it's stealthy. I actually attract bass in this little boat. I don't know what they think it is, log or something, but I always get bass trailing my boat or come up to my boat if I'm anchored down. This is one of those epic days. Love my hat. I missed that joker.
I swear, dude.
Look at that bait. There go that bait again.
Go pattern. It's off the hook. I gotta take some pictures.
Bustin' boys represent. I ride longboards.
I'm thinking
That's what
3
that
or
shirt's
4.
about. I've been riding them ever since, probably like 15 years. Longboards and then skateboards, gosh, 40 plus years. Got Skeet Reach Rod. Y'all see my videos now. This was 2012, 2013, I believe. Still producing, still catching big weight. Before the beard. And that was a flip phone, by the way. You hear it snapping away.
Both sides.
A little jazz. You feel me?
Look at this. Another fatty.
This was my PB for the longest time. I was sitting at, I think 9 pounds something for the longest, which I just recently caught my double digit. But this was when I caught my PB. This was the day. I had a boater right back here. You feel me? Look at he back there. Look how big that fish is. Y'all already know. I was mad excited for that one.
Inside of his mouth.
Engulfed that bluegill pattern. That bait did so well for me. That gave me so much. I was nervous. I gave me the chills. I was shaking on that 8-footer boat. I showed you earlier. That's what we caught this on. And I used to spend my weekends. Got the dingo swim bait in the back. That was a dupe Spro. I'm on a tripod because I didn't have monopods back then. Not quite 9, but it was my lunker. It was my PB.
It's freaking huge.
25 inches, you already know. You do 25 inch and you know it's guaranteed between 7.5 and 10. And that's that bait. If y'all find it, get it. Get it. It hits.
Hey you guys, Jack Swimmer back at you. This video is going to be about add to my collection of swim baits. I just picked up.
And this one takes me back to just a swim bait collection, how the addiction started, how I just started just collecting. And I don't know the amount of swim baits that I have, but I still have swim baits that I collected from back then. So what you see here on this video, I'm sure I still have some of those swim baits. I'm not sure why I'm I'm just vlogging, before it was even called vlogging, I was letting people know how my day was, starting off with a nice little tomato omelet, got some fat steaks on the inside.
Great source of burning calories and keeping that metabolism going.
Steady trying to give health knowledge.
We're going to walk out to the car, get my swim baits, and kind of dissect through them, talk about them a little bit. And I'm excited for this year.
I think I have my son, who was like 7 or 8, filming. We still got Cooper. Look at him. We got a little pep in his step. And still have that scion. Look at my daughter in the background. She's 17 now. This is so cool. I haven't seen this video in years.
Outside, got my swim baits. These are my current collection of swim baits. These are starting off with
hitters. Look at those hitters.
And this type here,
more hitters
as well. And then I have another bigger container of my larger.
Them hard ones, I'm telling you, you can't even find those baits no more. So I was doing swim bait dumps and swim bait reviews for a very long time. You know, over 10 years ago, when Savage was barely coming out. This was a new bait that was coming out. Spro. You can't even find Spros. I don't even know where you at, Spro. But Spros, you should bring in lonkers. For real, it was like Spro. And I got these right here, which are called Dingos from Australia. But Spro and Huddy. Those are Huddistons right there.
Right underneath here, it's clear.
Haven't caught one on that one to the right.
Can't wait. I have a ghost effect, and you can see through it. Fast Tackle Master. So again, like I said,
still going.
Like two bluegill pattern. I don't mind it just in case I lose one or if something happens to one. I have a spare.
That was another Black Dog Baits. That was another solid swim bait company. And look at those OGs. I still have those. It's like 120 a piece now. You know, like been fished, been caught. I still have all three of them. This was an epic day. I was catching 4s, 5s, 6, 7s. Optimum Baits, another founding soft bait company that produce very good bass. This spot that I'm fishing at was another local spot that I would go to pretty frequently and be pretty successful. As you will see me catch 1 or 2 in this video here. Back then I was learning the slow-mo. So this whole video, I think, is shot in slow-mo. But let y'all see them bass in the back, you know? And again, y'all see that yellow skeet reese? That lunker. It just seems like then it was not easier, but when you hooked up into a nice one. Because they didn't know about swim baits back then. Now it's a little bit challenging. Look at that. 7.2 all day. Some of y'all local Californians, y'all know what that dam bank is. That lake is solid. Look at that fat one back there busting up. I was like, did y'all see that? I fished that bait until I couldn't anymore. Wanted to answer a few questions from the chat, from the comments. If y'all haven't subscribed, please subscribe. But wanted to get to some of the questions. One of the first questions is, what got me into swim baiting? And it was price. It was the fact that I was a bank head, but couldn't access all the water on the bank. It was either trees, cover, lilies, but always obstruction that was getting in the way. And so I'm like, how do I increase my just water time? And so I started looking into just different vessels. Tubes were one of the first things I looked into, which I was thinking about, like, man, do I want my feet in the water? So that didn't go well. Kayaks was probably the second, if not first thing, but price-wise, was just not feasible for your boy. At that time, I was a newly married, and I could not break like $500, $600 to $1,200 for a kayak. And so I came across these polyethylene boats probably 21 years ago, right around when my first son was born, and haven't looked back since. Enjoyed them. They're very stealthy. They get me to where I need to go. And yeah, the journey started about 21 years ago. I've had 4 polyethylene boats. I started off with a 10-footer, and then I had 2 8-footers, which I still have an 8-footer. And then my recent purchase was about a year and a half ago, 2 years, which you see most of my videos on, is my largest one, which is a 12-footer. Next question is, what made you buy a small boat? When I first started swim baiting again, it was about covering more bank, not about covering the lake. And back then, 12, 13 years ago, there wasn't many other vessels besides, your large bass boats or your John boats. But then I came across a few Japanese pages that I just really was attracted to. And overseas, there are not many boats that have outboards. They're all about water preserve and water care. So I was attracted to the vessels that they had, which were these small ones. I think United States may be the one country that has, the kayaks and the tubes and those large boats. But overseas, you don't see it too much, especially in Japan. They really spend a lot of time and research on water care. And one of those is not having outboards with all that gas and, those things that can happen. So with all those videos that I used to watch, I was like just captivated with it. And with that, one day, I'll soon be starting a small boat gang classic for all you small boat vessel guys. I'm talking about tubers. I'm talking about paddleboarders. I'm talking about John boat. I'm talking about kayakers, polyethylene boats, anything that floats over the water that is 16 feet or less. And I may reduce the size to either 14 or 12. Still thinking about that, but that's going to be coming soon. Next question is, would you ever buy a standard bass boat? I've thought about it, and I may, but probably the largest I'll go may be like a Bass Cat or like a Bass Tracker or something. Probably a Bass Tracker. Something like that, possibly, but I really enjoy these small boats or low maintenance. If a motor, something happens with the motor, you can easily like buy a new motor for under a few $100s, and they last for a while. So probably be fishing these small boats for probably for a good term. Next question is, what is the largest bass that you have caught from your boat? In the videos earlier, I caught mini 7s, 8, 9, and then I recently caught a 10-pound, which was really nice on my 12-foot boat. Most of my PBs prior to then was on my 8-foot boat. 7s, I only caught 1 8 9 in that video, but many 7s, 6 5s, 4s, 3. And last question, I like this one. Why do you call it small boat gang? Gang, not in the sense of violence, but in the sense of family. And when you have a gang of people, a group of people, and so small boat meaning small vessels, again, kayaks, tubers, paddleboarders, anything that is less than 14 feet, you part of the small boat gang family. Even bankheads. If you guys are on the bank, small boat family, because I'm sure you guys are trolling with those feet as well as I used to. But that's going to conclude our questions, and I thank y'all for participating. Thank y'all for allowing me to share some of my history, sharing some of my love for the small boats and the big baits, and which I'll probably do another video just on my bait collection, just so that you guys can see how long I've been collecting the different variations of swim baits. We'll probably do that in one of these future videos. But thank you guys always for following this, liking this junk, commenting to this junk, and sharing this junk. Deuces to you guys.